Hey guys, what is up? This is Matthew Davis, me once again. Welcome back to another movie review, aka After I Saw. I'm in my living room right now. Usually it's a really hard time for me to make videos when my mom's around because the dogs and stuff like that. But yeah, I've been moving around a lot more, so, and yeah, but anyways, I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about the movie I saw, Candyman. Now, Candyman actually isn't a remake like I thought. It's actually a sequel to the original film. Just like, Halloween 2018, despite it being called Halloween, it's actually a sequel, the real sequel to the original Halloween. So, yeah, I did not actually know that until I saw, videos and stuff about how it's actually a sequel, more of a sequel than a remake. It's not a remake at all, it's a sequel. So, basically, we follow a man named Anthony who has been told stories of Candyman and how he was killed by putting razor blades in children's candy, even though it turns out that somebody else actually did it. But yeah, we learn deeper into how he starts making paintings and stuff, and people are really digging his paintings and stuff. But stuff starts happening to him, like when he gets stung by a bee, his arm like gets really kind of like in the Fly vibe, how his skin just gets really dry, and stuff starts happening to him when he looks into the mirror and sees himself as the Candyman and stuff like that. Of course, Candyman gets summoned, and of course, if you say his name 5 times in the mirror, then you're pretty much screwed. You're gonna die, and he's gonna kill you. So yeah. Now I was really looking forward to this movie. It's been a year since it was delayed, but we finally get to see it. I really enjoyed the first Candyman, the original Candyman. I never watched the sequels because I heard terrible things about them. But I reviewed the original movie last year because since this new movie was supposed to come out last year but didn't, and it was Halloween around the time, so I reviewed the original movie during Halloween, and yeah, and I really enjoyed that movie. And I gotta say, this movie was way better than I thought it would be. In fact, I thought this was better than the original Candyman. Okay, this movie surprised the hell out of me. It gave me something completely different than what I originally thought it was going to be like. It exceeded my expectations. If you haven't seen the original Candyman, I recommend watching that before watching this because it tells like backstories, or the backstory of the original film with the protagonist of the first movie. So I recommend giving that a watch before giving this a watch, okay? So yeah, it gave me stuff that I wasn't expecting from this film, okay? It is an hour and 30 minutes long, but I felt like, the pacing and all that was actually really well done. In fact, I found Anthony's character to be very interesting, especially when it gets to when he, sees himself as the Candyman, when we see him, by himself with Candyman in the mirrors. Like, it's actually, we see a lot more as we see stuff start happening to him, and he actually has a purpose to all this. And it's really hard to explain. If I go deeper into it, I'm just gonna get into spoilers. But it's really hard not to spoil anything here. But yeah. Also, the movie is visually stunning. Like, I was very impressed of how visually the movie looked. Okay, like the opening shot, like with the opening credits, it looked phenomenal. Okay, and honestly, the way the movie looks and how the movie sounds, the music, the tone of the movie, it fits so well. And it has so much stuff. And it has stuff in the movie that just it just kind of had me on the edge of my seat throughout its runtime. And yeah, despite the fact that it's Candyman, and of course say it's named 5 times, then yeah, people are gonna get killed. Then yeah, people will do that in the movie because they're idiots and they have to. Of course, people have to die in order for it to be a horror film. It's basically, of course they have to have that, otherwise it wouldn't be fun. And it is bloody. It is pretty disturbing. Okay, and it has a crazy last act that I was just like It was insane, okay? In fact, I really enjoyed the way it ended. Like, I'm not going to spoil anything here, obviously, but yeah, this movie was absolutely worth the wait. The performances, and it has some social commentary too. And despite the fact that, Jordan Peele produced this movie, it's okay that he didn't direct it. In fact, Nia DaCosta, I think that's what her name is, did a fantastic job directing the movie. It's well directed, it's well shot, it's beautifully edited, and the music, all of that. And I really like, the backstory things with the shadow puppets. It was really cool to see. It gave me exactly what I wanted to see. I think this is one of the best horror films of the year so far. I recommend going out to see this one, though. Like I said before, I think you should watch the first Candyman, the original movie, before watching this one because they tell like backstories of what happened to the protagonist of the original movie in this movie. So yeah, I had no idea this was actually a sequel. So knowing that this is a sequel and not a remake actually made me more happy that this movie came out. Okay, it's a fantastic horror sequel that is very superior to the original film. Just ignore the sequels that came out in the 90s and just watch the original and watch this one. Okay, I think you'll be very satisfied with this one, just like I was. This movie gave me exactly what I needed, okay? With this, A Quiet Place Part 2, it's been a really solid year for horror so far than it was last year, okay? I mean, if they came out last year, then yeah, it would have been a fantastic year for horror in 2020. But hey, there's been a lot more horror coming out in 2021, and I'm really satisfied with it. All right, so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.